Hello guys, it's me and welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be discussing Volume 4, Chapter 5 of War and Peace. So this chapter is pretty short and there's not a whole lot that goes on. Alright, the time has come. The duel between Pierre and Dolokhov has now begun. So the duel happens on a plain, snowy field where Nevetsky and Denisov both try to talk Pierre and Dolokhov out, but having seen no way to convince them, started the duel. So on the count of 3, everybody went to their starting positions. Dolokhov in his starting position and Pierre in his starting position. Dolokhov started with his pistol lowered in his hands and started walking towards Pierre. And so Pierre, who was just a rich guy, didn't know how to shoot a gun. And so he had a hard time figuring out how to get this thing working. And so he couldn't hold the gun with one hand, so he did it with both hands. And he raised his gun, aimed to fire. A burst of smoke came out of the gun, and Pierre couldn't see at all. But once the smoke cleared, Pierre, who had regained his sight, looked to see where the shot fired, and the bullet ended up hitting Dolokhov. Dolokhov screamed. He dropped to his knees and held his hand to his left side. And also, Pierre couldn't believe that he had shot Dolokhov. He ran into the woods, and Nevetsky, who stopped him, brought him back home. And Dolokhov and Denisov went back home too. So while riding at the carriage while crying, Dolokhov tells Nicholas that he had been living with his mother and his sister, and now he has to tell them that he might die. And so this concludes the end of the chapter and shows the climax between Pierre and Dolokhov. And Dolokhov, who was seen as a bully and a cruel man, and that he would challenge anybody who stands in his way, actually really isn't that way, and he cares for his family, his mother and sister. I had no idea that Pierre would actually win this duel. I thought you would be the one that would be hit because Pierre has no experience with a gun and he has never been in the military at all. So how can you expect him to win the duel? And Dolokhov somehow, he loses. Like, he's in the military, he's a soldier, he's an officer. And how did he lose? I don't know how. That really surprises me. Like, wow. So I hope you guys liked the video and I'll see you next time.